the home page of the system will look more or less like what you are seeing here on the screen. So at the top, we have navigations. This will be quick access tools that we have developed here at TechPark. And also we might feature partner systems or tools that we have access to and that we believe are crucial for the region. Then below the navigation, we have now this sliding photo section, where now you see a couple of photos which change after a few seconds. So these are to give you an overview of some of the things that you are monitoring. Again, this is a multi-hazard early warning system. So with the photos, you are trying to bring in the picture of what to expect in the system. And then you can see there is an accompanying text here at the top. This is introductory text of what the system is about and what it does. And below the text, we have the Explore map. This button takes you to the map viewer. This is the view you get immediately. You go to the operational hazard watch. So that has changed slightly. So now we have a homepage with information about the system. And then if you want now to access the powerful tool that we have on the live system, you can use this Explore Map button to get there. In addition, you can also get to the map viewer through these icons. But purposely, the reason for having these icons here is to give an highlight of the data sets that you are using to monitor various hazards and the ones that have been already incorporated in the system. And from this one, you can see on climate forecasting, we have 10 data sets. On climate change, we have 1. On drought, we have 1. Agriculture, we have 4. Pest, we have 1. Hydrology, we don't have anything. Tropical cyclone, we have 1. Exposure, we have 10. And environment, 1. The reason why we have a few data sets for some of the categories is because ideally we don't want to bring every kind of information into this system, but rather we want to make it as light as possible. So what we are going to feature in this system are the main hazards and the indicators that we use to monitor these hazards. So for each hazard, we take a key indicator or like key data set that we use now to monitor that kind of hazard. But now if you wanted to do in-depth analysis around this one particular hazard, there will be a specialized system for that kind of analysis. For example, if you're monitoring drought on East Africa hazard, what you are going to visualize the combined drought indicator. But if you're interested to know what happened to bring to the drought conditions shown, you can always go to East Africa Drought Watch. A link will be provided on East Africa Hazard Watch so that it will be easy for you to know which tool to use for which specialized analysis. So on the same system, for every thematic area where we have a specialist tool, we are going to include a link to that specialized tool. For some others, like hydrology, you don't see anything because this is work still in progress. And we hope to have some layers on flooding and impacts of flooding very soon, also incorporated into East Africa Hazard Watch. And finally, at the bottom, we have a footer, which now comprises of quick access links to several tools, some that we maintain here at TechPark, others on partner systems. Back to the top, now if you want to navigate to the map viewer that we have on the live system, you use the Explore Map button, and this will open the map viewer. As you can see, the look and the feel is almost the same as what we had or what we have in the production system, which is live. For those who are keen on what system I'm referring to, if you go on your browser and search East Africa Hazards Watch, you're going to find a link, and that is the system I'm referring to. So the system that is in production, that is the version 1. And then the one I'm showing you is the new version, which has not been deployed and published to public yet, but that will be done soon. So on the new system, so there is that part of where you have the home page. Also, it comes with this cookie banner. And at the bottom, we have disclaimer text to show that the political boundaries that we are using on the map, they do not necessarily mean an endorsement or official position of IGAD or ICPAC about political boundaries, but rather we are using them to see the areas you are familiar with. Now coming back to the system, this is how the system looks on the map viewer. And in general, we maintained almost everything that we have on the live system, but changed a few things that makes things easy for us to bring in more data set to you, but also make the system more valuable and more useful to you. To start with, some of the features that we currently have on the production system, like the metadata was retained because this is crucial information about the data set. So in any case where you feel you need to know more about any of these data products, you can always click the eye icon, which you can get at the top of the legend, or also when you are on the data set itself. There is the very far right, we have an eye icon. This one shows the metadata for that selected dataset. Also, if this data is available for download, a link will be included at the bottom of the metadata for data download. Below the dataset name, we have a text which shows the latest available forecast. So this is a brief summary about the product that you're seeing. So if you look at this one, for example, we are visualizing exceptional heavy rainfall layer. And this is as of 28th March 2025 to 4th April 2025. And the color coding can be interpreted using the legend. So if, for example, looking at the map now, you can see most of the places within this forecast period we're showing signs of having heavy rainfall in northern parts of, northeastern parts of Kenya, coastal area, parts of Rwanda, Burundi, parts of South Sudan and Sudan. But also there were some areas that were expected to receive exceptionally heavy rainfall, especially over Kenya. So how you interpret the map is all sorted on the legend. So you have to do is look at the legend, get the classification of the category or the value class for that color, and that can be used now to infer what we are seeing on the map. For example, if you're looking at total rainfall precipitation, this is the layer that is used to drive the exceptionally heavy rainfall. Or maybe when you're looking at heat stress, you can see a different legend with the color coding, which matches the colors that you're seeing on the map. And this now can be used to interpret the map. But in addition, besides the color scheme on the legend, we have also included some text at the bottom of the legend. And this you can also use to also judge or make inferences about the product you're seeing. For some of this product that we also have on other systems like the heat stress, you will get more details on ICPAC website. For such kind of systems, we have included links to these specific areas where you have more information about the data set. So where we have that kind of information besides the usual metadata and the data downloading at the bottom, we also provide this information and other links that can give you more insights about the data, and also give you links into how we use this data set to monitor hazards. Still on the data sets again, now looking at exactly which kind of data sets that you're likely to find on the new system that you currently don't have on the system in the production. So the exceptional rainfall is already in production and also retained here on the new version. The total rainfall forecast is in both systems. Rainfall anomalies, this is a new data set that we are bringing. This is a weekly forecast that we produce here at ICPAC. And basically what this looks into is the differences in temperature. And these differences can be used now to infer areas where temperature is increasing above the normal situation, or areas where temperature conditions are expected to be below the normal conditions for that particular monitoring period. And this could be very useful for various use cases, especially in agriculture and livestock keeping. Again, the color legend and the units comes in handy when it comes to reading the map and interpreting it correctly. Again, we also have the metadata, and please note that this metadata is included for all data sets. So if I don't mention that we have a metadata again, just know it is there for all data sets. So in case you have concerns or you don't really understand what certain data set refers to, you can always look into the metadata. And if the information you find there is not good enough for you, there is the more details link. You can always check that. But if all those don't really answer your questions, our contact channels are always open, be it social media or email. I will always see your feedback, and we are very ready to respond to this and also act where necessary. Remember again, this new version of the system was done all because of the valuable feedback you gave us. So we would not have been here today if you didn't submit your feedback. So please keep this feedback coming. And we also hope that when we go to production very soon in a few coming days, that you'll have time to look at the system and also let us know some of the things that looks interesting to you, but also things that you like improved or changed. We'll be very happy to receive that kind of feedback and work on it. Back to the data sets that we have on the system. So we have included heat stress, risk of heat stress layer. So this looks into heat stress conditions of a given week in intervals, in daily intervals. We have also a layer on mean temperature. We have a layer on temperature anomaly. This is new. The mean temperature layer is on both systems, but the temperature anomaly data set, this is a new product that we have been posting on ICPAC website, but now it is also coming on the map viewer, purposely for the reason of being able to perform some analysis from this layer and get to see the intersections between the biophysical conditions, the exposed elements, and the environment itself. On monthly forecast information, we have a monthly temperature forecast. This is not on the system in production, but it is on the system that we have released or that we are about to release. So this is a new product. We also have a monthly rainfall probabilistic forecast. This is also not in production, especially on East Africa Hazard Watch. Although for some of users that have been using our systems, I'm sure some already know this is on East Africa Drought Watch, but we have also added it on East Africa Hazard Watch because entirely that is ideally that is where it belongs. So we have this new dataset on East Africa Hazard Watch, the new version. On seasonal forecast, we have the seasonal rainfall forecast. This is on the live system, but also included in the new version. We also have a seasonal temperature probabilistic forecast. This is a new product, not in production as of the moment. Looking at climate change, we revised this data set on cities that have warmed beyond the Paris Agreement. So the areas you see in red, these are the cities which have warmed beyond 2 degrees Celsius, and the ones in dark brown color, these are the areas where the warming has been about 1.5 degree Celsius. Other layers on climate change will be added with time. Also, we have embedded the layer on drought conditions monitoring, and this will be now the pattern or the way we are going to be doing these things moving forward. So on East Africa Hazard Watch, you'll be able to see the key indicators or key information about the answers that we are monitoring. But also we are going to have a link for the systems where we have a specialist system. Remember again from the overview given by Ken, East Africa Hazard Watch is a multi-hazard early warning system, which is a one-stop shop for all hazards that we are monitoring in the region. But now to make this system light, we make specialized systems for thematic areas. So for any specific hazard, you find that there will be a specific or specialized system that looks into nothing else but this hazard. For example, now that we are looking at a combined drought indicator, this is an indicator that we use to monitor droughts. And this indicator is generated from 3 primary indicators of drought. That is rainfall conditions, soil moisture conditions, and vegetation conditions. So these ones are combined to generate this indicator, but that kind of information will not be included on East Africa Hazard Watch. For that kind of thematic specific information, the best place to find this is on the specialist system. And to make your work very easy, always when we have included a data set from an external specialist system, we are going to provide a link at the bottom of the legend that you can use now to navigate to this thematic system. For example, now, if I want to perform analysis on a drought, or I wanted to know more about this drought, I would click that link over there, and you see it is taking me to East Africa Drought Watch. And in this system now, I have a lot of other information about the drought. And now it's not only about the key indicator layer, but you see I can have, I'm seeing other layers that are being used to monitor drought, the primary indicator layers and everything else. Also, I can generate report and others. And this kind of informational capability cannot be implemented on Hazard Watch. So that is again to say, for thematic experts interested in a specific thematic area, always remember to use the link at the bottom of the legend to navigate to this specialist system for your area of interest. Moving, also we have East Africa Agriculture Watch, and this is also a dedicated or a specialized area, specifically not covered by ICPAC, but rather by a sister organization or institution, that is EAHW. And for this kind of information that we are including from either partners or external systems or specialist systems, we are going to provide this link at the bottom that you can use to get more details or perform in-depth analysis. Again, remember to interpret what you're seeing on the map, always use the legend to know what the color coding refers to. So on agriculture, we have all the layers that we had initially on Agriculture Watch, but also you can see more details from EAHW or East Africa Agriculture Watch. A new system that is under development is Pest Watch. This also has not been released yet, but when we release this, you're going to have products on pest monitoring. And this was informed by the descent locust that happened. So for this, you are not only going to be able to monitor pest hazard, but you are also okay, descent locust, sorry. So this pest watch system will not only cover descent locust, but it is going to cover all pests that are a threat in our region. And some of the key layers from this pest watch will be included on East Africa Hazard Watch, the new version. Same case with hydrology. We have Hydro Watch, which is also under development and now at very advanced stages, almost to be released. And also as with the case of Pest Watch, when this system will be ready, some of the key hydrological conditions layers or some of the data set that we use for monitoring hydrological hazards, that is the flooding events and related, they will be included in East Africa Hazard Watch, but now a link will be included for thematic analysis on this. So there will be a specialist system for hydrology, but also key and data sets will be added on East Africa Hazard Watch for actionable information. On tropical cyclone also, we have included the tracks of some of the cyclones that we have been monitoring in the region. And this data set is going to grow with time. Then to nourish your analysis, we have revised our exposure data set that we have been using. So now the population data set, primarily we are now going to use either Ladiscan or GHSL or both, depending on use case. For example, if you are looking at a future date where we don't have population projections, GHSL, that is a Global Human Settlement Layer from Joint Research Center of EU, will be in handy on those kind of situations. But for analysis on historical period, where we already have the census, Ladiscan could be in handy, but also GHSL is very good in such other conditions. So for population, we are going to use Ladiscan because it's we have found it to be more useful as compared to the one that we are using currently in production. Also on exposure, we have funded data sets on airports in the region. And this information could be used to perform such analysis as some of the airports that are exposed to the hazard, be it a flood, be it a drought or other things. The same case, we have included the Regiland area mask, and now at a higher resolution, 1 kilometer. And this also is going to be used now to perform analysis on exposure of now this thematic area to the various climatic hazards. Also, we have the cropland area mask, and some of these data set again that we have it included from external systems. There will be a link that you can use either to see more details about the data set or see the specialist system. We also have a data set on drones. This one could be very useful, especially for logistics. So if, for example, you were to deliver something on road, and probably there is a forecasting saying that area could be flooded. This layer could be used not to see the level of impact of flooding to these roads, and if necessary, now you could adjust accordingly. Same case if it's now the humanitarian agency is planning for response, they can use this kind of analysis to know which roads are good and passable, and the ones that they can use to quickly respond to eventualities. We also have exposure data set on dams. This also comes in handy, especially when it comes to flooding events. Healthy facilities. This is now when you're looking to respond and offer health assistance to people affected by the disasters. So you can see the nearest hospitals and dispensaries for such kind of assistance. Same case, we also have another layer on power plants. And all this now is going to be fed into dashboard, which is also under development. And by the end of the day, once we have the biophysical data set, you'll be able now to see not only the biophysical data set, but also related exposed elements, impacts, and also all this you can get it in forecast mode. So for example, if you are talking of impact, you can see a forecasted impact, that is impact-based forecasting, and such kind of things. Also in the system, now not in this current version, but in a future version, we are going to include other advanced analysis that can help in anticipatory action planning. Finally, at the bottom, we have these map utilities, some for zooming in, zooming out, sharing, configuring the map, the base map, printing the map as a PDF, reloading the page, and if you're lost and you want to be reminded how to navigate the system, you can always click the question mark button on the bottom left, and this will open the system navigation guide, which you can use now to know or take a tour of how to use the system.